Hey, my rhinos! Here's the news you can use with a special guest. Her name is Sergeant Brown, and we would like to thank her for coming.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And our first subject today is the new mayor we're having in a couple of weeks. And I'm really happy that we're having Mayor Brandon Johnson. But before we say hi and hello to Brandon Johnson, we would love to say a great thank you to Mayor Lori Lightfoot for being the first African-American woman to lead our city. And we love her for that. Next is I personally love Barbie, not gonna lie, our Barbie pop-up shop. Do you like Barbie?
Oh, I love Barbies. I had so many Barbies growing up. Well, you have to tell me more about this pop-up shop. I'm super excited.
I must tell you. So, at the pop-up shop, you can have an amazing lunch menu, a full-size Barbie box to take photos in, and exclusive Barbie Malibu merch. And personally, I'm gonna love it. I'm not gonna be surprised at what it's gonna come.
So you have to let me know when they come here to Chicago, and I will go with you, and
to.
I'll bring some more young girls with us.
I'm definitely going to. Okay. Next up is a serious talk, rhinos, and Sergeant Brown. We're going to be talking about this park in downtown Chicago called Millennium Park. Last year in the summer, in 2022, a large group of kids came to this park and were doing really mean things, but some of them. And including jumping on cars, stealing, bringing on to fights, and stopping traffic. Those made Mayor Lori Lightfoot had to put some rules in place. And one of the major rules was you cannot be under 18 without adult supervision after 6 p.m. And they've started again this year, which means what are we supposed to do now? How does this affect your job?
It affects us in various ways. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate that we don't have that space for them, or we need more spaces where they can be able to congregate and have fun and not do anything that's going to be harmful, not only to themselves, but others. So that's something that we're working on. The police department, we have a lot of different programs that they could be a part of as well. And if they choose not to, there's other organizations who have a lot of resources for them as well. That way you can still have fun. You can do the things you want to do, but you're not doing anything that disrupts people's day-to-day lives. Because let's be honest, who would want that to happen to their family member, right? Would they be okay with their mother being that victim who was sitting in that car and they were jumping on that vehicle? I'm sure that they wouldn't. So
they really wouldn't. Neither would I. And let's talk about 3 news stories you have for us today.
3 news stories. We have a lot of different things. You can come to any police department and we'll provide you with additional resources for youth events and different programs coming up. And we worked on recently a hackathon with Microsoft. So it was really a good time for youth to engage and build relationships with officers, as well as use technology as a way to solve any issues or deficiencies within their community. Whatever they would like to see, they were given a chance to be able to produce that. So it's really a great experience, and I'm sure it'll be talked about more in another segment. So.
That's amazing. I really do love that. That's really amazing.
Look, I don't know. I know you like to dance. We do have Hip Hop Tuesday.
Oh, you do? I take hip hop class.
We do. We have that as well on our west side, and I'm sure it may come soon to other districts as well, where youth get a chance to engage officers as well, and then they get to have fun. But before they have fun, of course, we help with homework.
Of course.
That's extremely important.
You must do homework.
Definitely.
So, can I teach you a TikTok trend dance move? It's called the whoa.
Okay, you're going to have to show me this whoa here.
It's a really nice, fun dance move.
It's a fun dance?
Yeah, it just goes like...
Wait, do that again, because hold on. Wait, how do I keep it? Like, am I doing that right? We gotta bring it all around?
Yeah, you gotta
go. And then how do I keep my hand? Okay, and I gotta bring it in? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get that. We're gonna get that.
Yes. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for coming.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me. I'm definitely going to enjoy this interview.
I am too.
You're right.
Hi, I'm Darius Hillman. Joining me on the next edition of In the Arena, the Inspector General for the City of Chicago, Deborah Witzberg. Take a look.
I'm a true believer in the power of government to do good. We owe Chicagoans a better government than the one they've gotten.
Join the conversation Tuesday at 7 p.m. on CAN TV 19 and streaming on cantv.org and the new CAN TV Plus app.
So, thank you for joining us, Sergeant Brown. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, I have worked for the department for about 10 years. I was previously a youth liaison officer working in the South Side. And then my last 3 years, I was on the West Side. So I was newly promoted sergeant for the Chicago Police Department. I am a second generation sergeant. As you can say, my father worked for the police department for over 26 years, 42 years in law enforcement, and my mom 26 years as well. So kind of following in their footsteps.
That's really nice. So, what is a sergeant?
What is a sergeant? A sergeant is someone who kind of sees day-to-day operations, ensure that officers are okay, check their well-being, ensure that they're doing right and making the best decisions, because it impacts not only them, but those in the community.
How long have you been a police officer?
Well, it'll be 11 years in November, and I feel like time is flying.
Where do you go to college?
Oh, I went to a lot of different colleges. So I attended Moraine Valley for my associate's degree in business management. For my bachelor's was accounting at Chicago State University. And then I also attained my master's degree in Calumet College. And I am still a student. I am a lifetime learner. I'm currently pursuing my doctoral degree at DePaul University.
What did you study and what was one of your favorite subjects?
I think maybe business management was one of my favorite.
That's nice.
Alongside public safety, because I've always wanted to own my own business. And I feel like you can always do both, especially with this job. It's a lot of opportunities to be able to live your dream of protecting those in the city and then as well as owning your own business.
Law enforcement is a male industry, so how is it being a woman on the job?
So it has its challenges, but I think it's amazing. Because I think women, we're just as capable and able to do the job just as our counterparts. And we bring a nurturing approach to the job, as well as other skills as well. I kind of feel like it's a sisterhood as far as women in law enforcement. And one of the things I can say, being someone who, again, is second generation, my mom was also an officer. And she instilled a lot of different things in me. She taught me how to be resilient. I can always come and lean on her and, come to her if I had questions, as well as to treat people how you wanted to be treated. And if you see someone, even if they have the position of janitor, treat them as if you would anybody else and who might be a CEO. So treat people with respect.
What's your favorite part of your job?
Oh, I have a lot of favorite parts. One of my favorite parts was when I was a youth officer and being able to pour into people how others have poured into me and given me opportunities in regards to education, employment, or just even doing fun things. So I think that to be able to make a difference in their lives, I think that's extremely important. So, and that's what I want to do. I want to pay it forward. I want to continue to help people and pour into people as I was poured into.
So I read more than 1,300 teens aged 12 through 17 were killed and nearly 3,800 injured in 2022. Mm-hmm. In the United States, more than 300 children my age were killed and nearly 700 injured. Those numbers include home invasions, but do not include suicide. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to know, how does that affect your job as a police officer?
I believe it makes it, first I will say it's sad, right? Because I don't want to see anything happen to youth or let alone anyone else. It makes it, I guess, challenging, but, Chicago is not the only place that has crime or different things that are happening. But I take it as an opportunity to try to build a relationship with them and see what's going on. Because if I don't ask and give them a voice, then I won't know. I don't want to assume I know what's wrong and I can help them. But I want to give a safe space so we can address whatever is going on and then hopefully possibly prevent violence that's happening, especially to our youth, because they're our future. Like, we really need leaders to continue to be impactful. So we need future leaders for that.
Why do you think violence is so high in Chicago?
I think those who commit crime are not afraid of the consequences. And I personally believe they don't understand the impact it's going to have on their lives as well as their families' lives. But I think, and we could talk about this all day, but there's various reasons as why violence exists historically and economically. But I think if we work together from every entity, we can work together to continue to address the issue.
As a tween, what can I do to feel safer?
Don't be afraid to talk to your parents or even an officer when you see something or someone that makes you feel uncomfortable or doing something wrong. Ensure that you make good decisions, right? Be mindful of your surroundings. Make sure you have healthy friendships. So I think those are key. Like when I say be mindful of your surroundings, know where you are. If you have an issue, call 911? Or do you know what street you're on? Do you know your parents' phone number? Does your parents know your friends and their parents as well? So that's good to know, to have their contact information in case something happens.
As a twin, what can I do to reduce violence?
Join the police department or the fire department. But no, be in control of emotions, right? Some youth don't express themselves well and think violence is the way, and it's really not. Be a leader, not a follower. Make your own choices, which I'm sure your parents have instilled in you. Be careful who you hang with. That's key. If you know someone's doing something bad, you should not be hanging with them. And don't always follow the trend. I mean, we've all been young at one point in our lives, and we've always had fun. And dancing, that's fun, right? That's one of the challenges.
I'm in a dance class, actually.
Oh, really? You're going to have to teach me some moves. But some of the trends, unfortunately, can be harmful to some youth. So if you see that, just because it's on social media and others are doing it, that does not mean you have to follow that trend. And you should do what they're doing. You shouldn't.
So, have you ever had to deal with kids my age getting in trouble?
I have. Unfortunately, I've had to. And I try my best to help them. And of course, I always say it starts with a conversation. And then within that conversation, you can build a relationship. And we can talk about everything. And like I said, I don't want to assume that I know everything that they need. But with that, I give them a voice in a safe space. And then I assist them and guide them in the right direction. And some of those conversations we have are about consequences, right? The consequences of doing wrong, and not even just saying things that you shouldn't be saying. And then also the benefit of doing right as well. I believe in reaping what you sow. If you do good, good will come back to you. But if you do bad, bad could not only happen to you, it could happen to your family. And who wants that? Who wants to deal with that type of stuff?
No one.
Exactly.
What would you suggest other tweens do to stay out of trouble?
I think if you focus on the right things, then you won't have to worry as much about the wrong things. Make sure you stay involved in sports, positive groups and group events like dancing, okay, and hanging around people who don't put you down, those who have goals, who want to do different things. And you told me you wanted to be
an attorney.
An attorney, right? That's a great job. But you have to continue on the path and stay focused and do good things. And also be someone or be around people who don't mind helping those in their community. I grew up, there was a village. We all looked out for each other and we helped each other out. And that's the way that I believe we can make it. And then also people who respect themselves, right? And that shows in your appearance, how you talk to people, how you talk to your parents. And then continue to focus on ownership. I know so many young people that are doing so many great things. Some as young as 9 who have their own lemonade business and are selling it in grocery stores and different things. Let's focus on that as well. And then we have a lot of programs within the Chicago Police Department. We have our Youth Explorers program. And we also provide youth a space where they get exposed to a lot of different things and build a relationship with officers, because how often do we have those moments like how we're having, and we can talk about so many great things, and you can see the human side of me. There are so many great officers who are from the same communities that we police. So now we get a chance to interact and have that conversation and build a relationship. So, and I think that will help, because then if you have a question or if there's something wrong, I can help you, or your parents or anybody else possibly stay out of trouble and help you make the right decision.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're very sweet.
Oh, I appreciate it. So are you. Thank you for having me. I
You're
appreciate you. And I also want to give you this. So a little token. It is. Do you like teddy bears?
Yes.
Okay. So I will give you this as well.
Welcome to another episode of In My Own Words. I'm your host, Corey Timms, and with me in the studio today, I have my friend, Director of Government Innovations for Chicago Cred, Samantha Fields.
And I was like, okay, I'll run for office. I'm going to be like Barack Obama, so I'm going to go to law school. And law school was useful, too, because, you know, I tell people now, I can do anything but hold a scalpel.
Hey, my rhinos. On this week's edition of Kids Zone, we're going to be talking about my favorite throwback shows. And one of my favorites are Sister Sister, and I love it so much. They're two sisters, twins to be exact, who are separated by birth, and then they got adopted. And then they met each other at a mall, which is so crazy. Like, I personally never thought that would happen. But then after they did that, it was like they started living together and their adopted parents. It takes them through a journey of high school to college together, and they had this one annoying, crushing on them neighbor named Roger, and this little catchphrase they say all the time when he's in the house is, "Go home, Roger." It's my favorite catchphrase from the movie. Well, show, actually. And personally, it's a really nice show. And I've watched the whole series about 5, 6, 7 times, which is like crazy. But our next topic, well, not topic, more like next throwback show is Moesha. I started watching Moesha a week or two ago, and I already love it, because she has this annoying little brother, just like me. But just kidding, Noah. But if you're watching this, I'm not kidding. Which is really funny because he's really sweet and really nice. But if you got to know him, he would be even better. She likes to hang out with friends. She likes to help her friends out. She's a really sweet, kind girl like me. She loves school. She loves her family. I'm just like her. And next up on throwback shows is The Parkers. I personally love the Parkers. They're an amazing mother and daughter duo, just like me and my mom. And all the time, we're either together, and even if we're not together, we're still together in spirit, which is amazing. Just like the two Parkers girls. Kim, amazing. Like, I love Kim. She's like the best Parker. But don't tell her mother. She's gonna get mad. And you can watch all of these shows on Netflix. If you don't have Netflix, you could actually find them on YouTube if you search them up. And until next time on the Kids Zone, I'll see you back, my rhinos. What's up, my rhinos? Today on Ryan's Rumble, we're going to be talking about straight hair or curly hair. And personally, I love curly hair, but we're going to see. I like curly hair because it's easy to maintain. I like curly hair because you don't have to wear a bonnet. I like curly hair because it's just fluff and go. And today I'm wearing my fluff. I like straight hair because it makes my hair look silky smooth. And I like my straight hair because it's easier. It has no kinkles or tangles and stuff like that. And it's really nice. But my favorite thing is it looks amazing on me all the time. And one disadvantage to having straight hair is I literally have to wrap it up every night. And the one disadvantage to curly hair is it's always tangled. But that's all for this week's Ryan's Rumble!